The people who dream and those people who dream big have a different kind of life than the people who don't dream.
When are you going to stop compromising your life for what everybody else wants you to do? It is your life.
It's the reinforcement of those goals, like understanding that you can achieve those goals. It's going to be difficult. You're going to push through the difficulty, and then you're going to understand what difficulty truly is and how much of it is just mental, how much of it is just in your mind, this adversity to a difficult task or to struggle.
If those bad memories come and you notice that an anxiety rises in your belly and chest, then the time is now to do something physically to expel it, to exercise it.
Stop trying to sit there and trying to impress everybody. Stop trying to be everybody's friend. Stop trying to make everybody's days. If you want to do that, then you should give out lollipops and candy. But that's not what life is made of. That's not what life's about.
It's necessary you take responsibility for it, that you make it happen, that you don't give up.
Start walking around the block, it'll inspire you to get an apple. Get an apple, it'll inspire you to get a book. Get a book, it'll inspire you to get a journal. Get a journal, it'll inspire you to grow, develop some skills. All disciplines affect each other. Every lack affects the rest. Every new affects the rest. The key is to diminish the lack and set up the new. And you've started a whole new life process.
Understand that you can't change what you've done wrong, but you can change your perception of it, and that's what's going to help you move that inch.
We have no idea until we start trying hard. And I mean really trying hard, when you're obsessed with, hey, this is my new norm. The attitude is it can't be done because they haven't seen it. They're judging according to appearances. The people that are going to make it in the future, the people that are making it today, let me share something with you. History is being read, but it's also being written by people with imagination.
I dare you to analyze yourself first, your company first, your character, your behavior, your work ethic. I dare you to analyze it and see if there's any change you can make. Somebody told you that hard work don't pay off. I'm here to tell you, if you work for it, if you're willing to put in that sweat, that blood, and those tears, baby, I'm telling you, you can have what you want, be what you want, do what you want. Are you hearing me? Keep going till you see it.
Time to face yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. I'm not going to allow anybody to turn me around. I am determined that I'm going to make it.
Because remember Tim's words. The only difference between feedback and criticism is how you hear it. The only difference between pain and suffering is how you frame it. So it's your choice. It's up to you how you're going to move forward. But never, for one fucking second, forget that it's a choice. As Oprah Winfrey said, what you dwell on is what you become. And that's the secret. At the end of the day, if you know what you want, it's only a question of whether you're willing to pay the price to get there. So ask yourself, are you willing to pay the price?
We've got to change, and with a fierceness, because that's what it is. That the things that are dramatic and the millions of people that are emboldened and determined pull you down. You've got to be stronger than them and more determined than them.
You are everything that you need to be. You have everything that you need to have to be the person that you're meant to be and to be the best version of who you're meant to be.
You want to create something that you can control. You want to create and have something that you determine how much you're worth, not somebody else determining that.
Some of you, you're so, listen to me, some of you may be so arrogant, I don't know. Some of you may be so cocky, I don't know. Some of you may be so confident, I don't know, that you never step back and look at your work. That when anything goes wrong, you automatically look out the window instead of looking in the mirror. And I dare you in 2013 to look in the mirror first.
one thing that all the greats have in common is they sweat the small stuff. They pay very, very close attention to every detail.
Think about feeding your mind every day. How are you going to do it? Feed your mind, because good ideas, great insights don't interrupt you. You got to pursue them.
Remember, the mind controls the body does not control the mind. What makes these guys special and successful in everything they do is not their physical gifts, it's their mental toughness. They have the ability not to think when everyone else is thinking.
Do something that scares you, and do those little things over and over and over until you win.
Turn your wounds into wisdom. You will be wounded many times in your life. You'll make mistakes. Some people will call them failures. But I have learned that failure is really God's way of saying, excuse me, you're moving in the wrong direction. It's just an experience. I understood that there's a common denominator in the human experience. And I want the same thing you want, which is the same thing you want and you want. What we all want is to be able to live out the truest, highest expression of ourselves as a human being. That doesn't end until you take your last breath. What is the truest, highest vision that you hold for yourself? No matter where you are in your life, there's always the next level. There's always the next level to the last breath. So I feel that I always knew that I would be done with the show when I felt like, oh, I've said as much as I could say here on this platform. And then how will I be used? If there were a theme song to my life, Amazing Grace would be one of them, and Keep on Using Me Till You Use Me Up would be another one. That the inner voice that told me that you need to try to find a way to answer to your own truth was the voice I needed to be still and listen to. Get this is just, remember this, because this will happen many times in your life. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time, not the 29th time. That's particularly good when it comes to men's situations, because when he doesn't call back the first time, when you're mistreated the first time, when you see someone who shows you a lack of integrity or dishonesty the first time, know that that will be followed by many, many, many other times that will, at some point in life, come back to haunt or hurt you. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Live your life from truth and you will survive everything. Everything. I believe even death. You will survive everything if you can live your life from a point of view of truth.